What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Shar. Come heal with me. Come heal with me. Yes, honey. Healing as in accepting, acknowledging, and digesting. And while we're acknowledging, sometimes we just got to acknowledge that sometimes we just like too much attention. Child, listen. Today we're going to talk about Mr. Carlos King, honey, and him wanting to be a future pastor. And we're going to talk about Stormi and her possible hospitalization. Listen, I don't know if the child was or she wasn't. But listen, just before we start, let's do 4 things for me. Y'all hit the like button, turn your notification on, subscribe, and meet me in the comment section. Don't forget that, okay? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, all right? Listen, so I've been getting a whole lot of DMs about Stormi possibly being hospitalized. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know if she was or she wasn't, right? I'm only going to say what's common sense to me, right? Doesn't mean that her story is legit or not. Doesn't mean that she's lying or not, right? I'm just going to say what works for me. And I really don't want to tell people they lying about what's going on because it don't got nothing to do with me, right? I would just point out a couple of things that was a little alarming to me. And here's the first thing. If I'm going to be hospitalized and I'm going through something, the last thing I'm going to do is jump on social media and was like, hey, yo, I could have died when I'm on my deathbed. No, I'm not going to do that. But again, that's me, Shar. That's not Stormi, okay? And another thing that I wouldn't be doing is posting my receipts of me being in the hospital. I wouldn't even be looking at social media seeing what the hell the next person had to say about me. Look, sis or bro, if you don't think I'm telling the truth, that's on you. Piss on yourself. It is what it is, right? It has nothing to do with me. I'm going through whatever I'm going through. The last thing I'm going to be trying to do is prove to some strangers that I am lying or I'm not, right? So that's a little alarming to me, right? And then the third thing would be that, her mom was in the comment section over there on Facebook allegedly, right? Because I haven't seen it myself, but if my child is fighting for her life in any form, I'll be danged if I'm going to be in the comment section of somebody saying that my child is possibly lying. Again, hell with the people or the naysayers. I'm going to focus on my child. But again, that's just me, Shar, right? And another thing, I know down here in Jersey, I don't know. It could be different over there in Alabama. I don't know. But I know in Jersey ain't no urgent care running no blood work, right? And let alone they're not going to find out what blood cells are low or high or in between or just mingling together. They're going to say things like, giving your symptoms, my recommendation to you will be for you to go to the nearest emergency room, right? But to tell you, your white blood cells are increasingly high, and I just don't know, right? And then when you posted all the receipts, it's as if repetitive to what your diagnosis was at the time. So I don't know, right? I'm not going to say the girl is lying or not because that would just be too above my pay rate, right? I'm just going to say a lot of things was very alarming to me. I pray that you would not use this situation to get out of anything. And I pray that you wouldn't play with your health like that again. But that's the way I would do things. That's me, Shar, right? I would do things as not playing with my health, right? And if I was trying to get out of anything, I would just hide up under a rock. I wouldn't play for my health because there's real life things that people are going through each and every day like this. So I'm just going to hope that you wouldn't play like that, sis. But again, we wish you well on your journey, right? Now let's get to Mr. Carlos. I want to play this clip of his Sunday's message, right? I think Carlos might want to be a pastor, right? He might be, trying to change professions. Maybe the production thing isn't working out for him or something. I don't know. But, for one thing for certain and 2 things for sure, you have to practice what you preach, all right? And you said a couple of things. I'm going to play the clip here. You said a couple of things insinuating that, people basically don't know how to move on. And then they are, circling around their hurt. Here's one thing for certain and another thing for sure. Check this, right? You don't get to tell somebody how to hurt, right? You don't get to tell somebody when to get over their hurt. And you don't get to tell families how to address their family members' hurt, right? Because they are the ones that watch their family members or their loved ones endure that pain. You don't get to tell them that, right? And I know it was just a message, and a lot of people are saying it could have been for Melanie, and a lot of people are saying it could have just been for everybody. I'm just going to be on my grown woman and stuff and say it could have just been for anybody, right? right? But I'm still going to say, check it and listen carefully, like put your ear to the screen, check it. You don't get to tell somebody how to do that. If they hurt someone, they don't get a fresh start until God say they do. You, Carlos, don't get to do that, bro. As to I, Charlotte, do not get to do that, right? But I wish you well on your messages. I wish you well. And I wish that you practice what you preach, right? Because I've saw you a lot of times, get a lot of people to gang up allegedly on one person. I ain't even got to mention no names. Great minds think alike. With that being said, I've watched you allow people to gang up on one person. So now all of a something that your so-called friendly friend is drowning and you guys feel like he needs a fresh start and we're supposed to spoon feed him this fresh start, that your friend is being attacked because people don't know how to move on from their hurt. Well, let me just say this. No, your friend is the only one that's allowing things to resurface, and how he's doing that is he's trying to control the narrative, how people feel, how people think, how people move. And once he realizes that that's out of his control, then he'll be able to be a productive person, let alone once he realized or once he owned what he did or how he's doing things behind the scenes, then he'll be able to be a productive citizen. But for now, he'll continue to drown. And it ain't a dang on thing you're going to be able to do about that, okay? So people aren't just hoping for his downfall or praying on his downfall or putting people together for him to fall. He's falling because that's who he is. He's always been a falling, diving board. Does that make sense? He's always fell. But see, the problem then and now is then somebody caught him. Now the person that used to catch him is no longer willing to catch him, so he's going to continue to fall. Does that make sense? Listen, y'all know I can stay right here for a minute, but I'm going to let y'all digest that thing. Meet me in the comment section, turn your notification on, hit the like button, and subscribe. Bye.
Of the day is you will never experience a breakthrough as long as you're obsessed with the people who try to break you. Similar to that. The purpose of that statement is this. When you're on the verge of breaking curses, achieving your highest goal, all those amazing things, there's going to be people who are assigned to destroy you. It doesn't take one person to fight the blessings that's come your way. You know you're on the verge of something when that one person gets an army of people to come against you. When that happens, that should be a sign for you that you are on the right path. You are so freaking phenomenal. They need an army of people to attack you. But don't succumb to that. Don't obsess over the people who are trying to break you. Instead, obsess over your own breakthrough. Break through the noise, break through your enemies, and break into the blessings that God has purposefully assigned on your life.